Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. The topic of this video is going to be about morality. The topic of this video is going to be about morality. The topic of this video is going to be about morality and stuff. Look at the background and stuff. Hopefully it's very nice. I don't know, it's got a bunch of trees in the back. I don't know. I was thinking about going somewhere else, but I don't know. This place is a lot more convenient. The topic of this video is going to be about morality and stuff. So morality is obviously, this is like such an important topic to discuss morality in regards to like morality and stuff. It's so important to discuss like this type of topic of morality and whatever, because like morality, it relates to like so many different things to do with like our society and civilization and our history, morality and stuff. Basically morality, to put it into my own words, is basically like some type of rule book on like what's good and bad and stuff, something like that. Like morality, like what's good and bad, basically similar to that, like what's allowed, what isn't allowed, what's appropriate, what isn't appropriate. Morality, this is like such an important topic to discuss, the topic of morality, because again it relates to so many important like aspects of our like species and stuff, so many important parts related to humanity, like our society, civilization, everything. It relates to so many different important things to do with our species as human beings and stuff, in our like history and stuff and everything like that. Morality, such an important topic to discuss. Morality, and obviously morality, again, there's academic definitions. You can look into like the more dictionary academic definitions. You know me, I'm not going to waste your time with like any type of dictionary definitions. I always like putting things in my own words. And morality, to put morality, like how would you define the word morality? Look at this guy, 3 towers, cool as hell. How would you define the word morality? How would you define the word morality? It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like very tricky. It's like very tricky and stuff like that. It's very tricky to properly define like the word morality and whatever. How would you define it though? How would you define the word morality? So obviously there's academic definitions and stuff like that, dictionary definitions and stuff. How would you like define the word morality? It's very hard, I don't know. Obviously it's like basically like what's good and bad and stuff like that. What's good and bad and stuff, and that's sort of like what it is, what it relates to, like this type of word, morality and stuff like that. Like what's good, what's bad and stuff, what's appropriate. What's good and bad and stuff, it kind of relates to this and stuff. It relates to like this type of topic, like what's good, what's bad, what's appropriate and stuff, sort of like that. It relates to these types of things, like morality. Like how would you define the word morality in a proper, meaningful way? I don't know. How would you define morality in like a proper, meaningful way? I don't know. It would be like, I'll say that morality, it basically means like how we like determine what's appropriate, like what is appropriate, what's good in regards to like human behavior, what is like allowed, what isn't allowed. That's like what morality is about, like what's allowed, what isn't allowed, what is good and what is bad. Sort of, obviously, how do you define like what's good and bad? I'm kind of making this video very convoluted, but morality, to put it in like a very basic, to put it into like my very my own words, to break it down in a very basic way, morality, it basically means like how we understand like our human behavior. That's sort of what it relates to. Like the word morality, it basically means like how we kind of like understand our behavior and stuff like that. Basically that's what the word morality means. It's sort of like how we like understand our human behavior and stuff, and our actions and all that type of stuff, how we like determine what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate. That's what the word morality like kind of relates to, like these types of concepts and stuff. How we like determine like what's appropriate and what's good and bad and stuff like that. It's very difficult though to define it properly, this type of word. It's very difficult to properly define it. It does kind of relate to these types of concepts though. These types of concepts, right? Like how do we like basically good and bad in these types of things? It sort of relates to that, I don't know. It's very difficult to properly define it though. The word morality and stuff like that. Obviously there's academic definitions and stuff like that. You can research about the more academic dictionary definitions in your own spare time. I don't want to waste your time with that. I'm just gonna like kind of put it into my own words. Basically the word morality, it means it basically means like how we come to understand like our behavior as human beings and stuff like that, how we understand our actions and behaviors and what we determine as like right and wrong and stuff. Obviously I don't want to make this video convoluted. I don't need to explain to you what right and wrong is and stuff like that, because basically what we think is allowed, what we think isn't allowed, what should be appropriate, what isn't appropriate stuff. That's basically what morality kind of, that's how you can define morality, basically how we like understand our own human behavior and actions and stuff, and how we measure like the weight of our actions and stuff like that, and like what is considered appropriate, what isn't considered appropriate, what's good and bad, all of these types of things. Morality kind of, the word morality kind of covers all of these types of things, like good and bad, and like how we measure our actions and like what is considered appropriate and what isn't considered appropriate. Obviously there's more academic definitions. I believe that morality is basically like a type of standard that us human beings we agree is like correct, and that all human and everyone else needs to follow this type of standard. Like there's like a standard that like you should not like kill other people. That's like some type of standard that our society has set for us people inside of this like society and stuff. That's how you can, that's also another way you could properly define morality. Basically a type of like standards that us human beings set for ourselves and stuff. That's like what morality is, like a type of standard, right, that us human beings and other people, we have to like try and kind of like conform to and stuff, and fit into these types of standards that we set for ourselves, like the society sets for us. So you can define it like that. I don't know. So obviously there's academic definitions, but morality is basically we set standards as human beings. We give ourselves standards, and we have to try and like conform to those standards as much as possible. Otherwise we're going to be considered like bad. Basically that's what morality is, like a type of standard that us human beings we set for ourselves, and we have to like try and fit with that standard, conform to it, otherwise we get ostracized and stuff. I don't know, it's very difficult again to put it like to define the word morality, because there's like so many different types of ways you can define this word morality. But in my opinion, I believe that it's to put it in like a very to give you like a very basic level explanation on it, it is basically like morality is like how we measure the weight of our actions and our behaviors and stuff, how we measure these types of things, and how we like determine what's appropriate and what's wrong. That's morality, and how we like set standards for ourselves and stuff. Morality is basically like a type of standard. It's a type of standard that us human beings we set for ourselves, and we have to try and conform to this type of standard. I don't know, it's very obviously morality, I've been kind of spending a lot of time trying to define this type of word for you. Obviously there's so many ways to like to understand like what the word morality is and how to define this type of word and what this word means and stuff. I'm just going to kind of again give you like a very crude level explanation. Like basically morality is like, again, type of standards as human beings we set for ourselves. Morality is basically how we measure the weight of our actions and behaviors and stuff, and we use, it's like a type of rule book that we create so we can like determine what's good and bad and stuff, basically stuff like that. Morality is so important. The topic of morality is so crucial to understand. This type of topic is so important to understand, like this type of like morality and stuff like that, because it relates to everything about our species and us human beings. We are like very moral creatures. I believe we're the only type of animal species that even like cares about something like morality. Like we consider things to be good and bad. That's so uniquely human. No other animal species cares about morality. I think so. What other type of animal species even cares about morality? Like what other animal species has like some type of like these types of like very advanced understandings on ethics and good and bad and morality and all that type of stuff? What other type of animal species? Perhaps maybe chimps and like dolphins and maybe a couple of the other types of intelligent animals. They have like social codes and stuff, social norms that they live by and stuff, and if they don't, like if one of the members of these like animal species, they break these social norms, they get ostracized. I don't know, that's like a very crude level of morality that these other animals could be like trying to like play by and stuff and use and stuff. I don't know. But I believe us human beings, we're the only type of animal species that cares a lot about morality. I don't believe there's any other type of animal species that cares at all about like morality and stuff like that and good and bad and all that type of stuff. I think it's only uniquely like for us human beings that we care about like things like morality and ethics and good and bad and all that type of stuff. I don't think any other type of animal species cares at all about like morality and good and bad and ethics and all that type of stuff. It's only us human beings. It's kind of very interesting and weird. Is there like another type of animal species that cares about like morality and ethics and stuff like that? I don't know. Is there like another type of animal species that cares about morality and ethics? I don't know. I believe so. I believe that it's just only like us human beings that we care about like morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. There's no like that's why this topic is so interesting. Morality. There's literally only us human beings that we have like these types of very advanced like understandings of morality and ethics and stuff. No other animal, I believe so. I believe no other animal even like has any type of level like understanding on these types of topics and like on topics and like concepts of morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. No other animal even can grasp these types of things and even cares about these types of things. A lot of animals, I said this in like my other type of video, animals versus humans, a lot of like most of the other life forms, animal species on planet Earth, they're like very brain dead and stuff like that. They're very dumb. A lot of like the other animals, they're like very dumb, mediocre and stupid and stuff. Animals versus humans, it's like another video and stuff like that I made. You can check it out, stuff, I don't know. It's very interesting though. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to think about this. This kind of topic of like our morality and stuff and ethics and whatever. I don't believe there's any other type of animal species that cares about like morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. What other type of animal species cares about morality and ethics? I can't think of any other type of animal species that even cares about like morality and ethics. Only us human beings and stuff. What other type of animal species cares about like morality and ethics and stuff like that? I don't believe there's any other type of animal species that cares about morality and ethics and whatever. I believe it's only us human beings that we care about these types of things. That's why this type of topic is so like interesting and important to discuss like now morality, because obviously morality is like a type of like types of standards and stuff, like rule books that us human beings we make for ourselves to determine and to measure and like to weigh like what our actions and our like behaviors and what's good and bad and appropriate and stuff. But you know, morality, what's also very important is morality real? This is like another like more interesting topic. Is morality actually real? Is it just all like a figment of our imagination? Is morality real, or is it just a figment of our imagination? Is it just a figment of our imagination, or is it actually like something objective in the real world? That's also like very important to now talk about. Like morality, is morality like real, or is it just a figment of our imagination? I believe like this is like this type of topics kind of like very difficult now, very difficult to talk about this type of topic. Like, is morality actually real, or is it just like a figment of our imagination? I believe that it's like kind of like, I don't believe that there's like any sort of objective weight to like morality and stuff. That's like my opinion though, because like what is objective? Objective means like outside the human mind. We can't like feel like morality and ethics and all that type of stuff, and like good and bad and these types of moral things and stuff. We can't like feel and measure and stuff like that. Morality is literally like it's all inside of the human mind. I believe that it's actually I don't believe it's actually objective. It doesn't have any type of objective weight. I believe that morality is all like inside of is all to do with the human mind and stuff like that. I don't believe there's like any type of objective weight to morality and stuff. Obviously this is all subjective and opinions and stuff. I know a couple famous like intellectuals, maybe Sam Harris, I don't know if he talked about this, or some other types of people similar to Sam Harris, I don't know. They talked about like how there's like some type of objective weight to morality. I don't know if that could even be proven, because if you think about it, morality is like it's something that's only inside of the human mind. That these type of concepts, and like you don't see, like if you look at the sky, you don't see like good and bad written in the stars or something similar. It's not something that we can discover in this like natural world that we have and stuff, physical natural world. It's only inside of the human psyche and stuff, and our mentality and stuff like that. Our mentality and psychology, that's like where good and bad and all these like understandings of morality come from and stuff. I don't believe there's any type of objective like concrete weight to morality. That's my opinion though. It's very impossible to prove that morality is actually like, it can be like real and proven to be objective, not just subjective, not just dependent on the human mind, because that's like very important. Like that is there like, can morality be objectively measured and proven and stuff, and to be real, not just like a figment of our imagination. I believe that a lot of things, us human beings, we believe in like so many different types of things and stuff. We believe in like so many different types of things. as human beings, we believe in like so many different types of things that aren't actually real. Isn't that kind of weird? We believe in like so many different types of things that aren't actually like real and physical and like real in the sense that they're physical and they're like in our world outside of the human mind. We believe in so many different types of things, like morality is like one like good example. There's other types of things as well, like mathematics. Obviously that's kind of like a little bit more dumb, because like math, you got numbers and stuff. There's like physical like marks that you can like, we can physically like print out like numbers on a piece of paper and stuff, make it like real. But like mathematics, it was all like, it's kind of like all inside of our head. It's all inside of like the human mind. All like math wasn't like discovered in like the natural world. It was like inside of our heads. We just like made up like math and stuff like that. Math, it all came out of like the human imagination. Isn't that kind of interesting? Math, although that's kind of like, it's gonna be kind of a lot harder to explain that at all. I think so. Math did come out of the human mind, imagination and stuff like that. For sure, I do believe math was just completely invented. A lot of people don't understand this. Like mathematics. It's like literally, it's all imaginary. It was invented, made up by us human beings. It's not like there was no such thing as like mathematical laws that are actually real and objective, that weren't just made up by us human beings. I don't know. Although that's like going to be a lot more controversial. Yeah, but like so many things as human beings, we believe in things so strongly that aren't actually real. Morality, obviously, is one good example. I don't believe there's any type of good way to like objectively like measure morality, to objectively weigh morality down in a meaningful like way. I believe it's all like inside of our heads and stuff. Basically it's all inside of our heads. There's no way to like objectively like measure morality and ethics and stuff. It's all inside of that. It's all inside of our heads and our imaginations and stuff. Basically, that's my opinion though. I know a lot of people, they might believe that morality, it can be objectively measured. It can be objectively measured and stuff and whatever, and there's like ways to objectively measure morality and prove that morality is real, and it's not just a figment of our imagination. Obviously this depends on like your beliefs as well. If you're like religious, you might believe that God made us and gave us like a type of morality to follow and stuff. I don't know. Or you might be an atheist. I don't know. You might be like some type of atheist person. I don't know. And you don't believe that we were made by God. You believe that we're just like products of evolution and stuff, and we like developed from lesser creatures and stuff. But you believe my no. You might believe that we're like products of like evolution, and stuff. We developed from like lesser creatures or something or whatever. We developed from lesser creatures and whatever. I don't know. It's so like, it all depends on like your personal beliefs and stuff. It all depends on your personal beliefs and whatever. It all depends on like your personal beliefs and whatever. This is so important, like whether or not morality is objective. Like, is morality objective? How can morality like be proven to be objective and real? It's kind of very difficult. It's very difficult, I don't know, to prove that morality is like, it can be objectively measured. It can be objectively measured and stuff like that or whatever. I don't know. It's again, but yeah, that's actually a very important topic to talk about right now. Like that can morality like be objectively proven? Can morality be objectively proven and stuff like that? Can morality be objectively proven and stuff? I don't know. Obviously, I said that it kind of does depend on your personal beliefs, because if you're religious, you might believe that we were created by God and He gave us like a type of morality to follow and stuff. We were created by God and He gave us like a type of morality to follow. That might be your personal belief. Or you might believe that we're like products. You might be an atheist and you might believe that we're products of evolution and stuff. So there is no such thing as morality then, because like where does the morality come from? Evolution doesn't care about like good and bad and morality and stuff. It's kind of survival of the fittest. I don't know. Morality is such an important topic to discuss and talk about. But what's very important is like we understand that, right? Morality, it's very hard to properly like objectively measure and define morality and good and bad and ethics and all that type of stuff. It's not like there's like a physical rule book in the sky that we can pick up and stuff and hold in our hands. And we can see like what is like good and bad, objectively speaking. Like these types of things, these concepts are so like, impossible to properly define. They're very difficult to properly define and stuff. it's very difficult to define these types of concepts of like good and bad and morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. It's very difficult to properly define these types of topics and concepts. Good and bad, morality, ethics, all of that type of stuff. Objectively speaking, like, it's very difficult to talk about these types of things in a very objective, literal way. It seems to be like it's all subjective and inside of the human psyche and mind. I don't know. It seems to be like it's all subjective inside of the human psyche and mind. It's very difficult though, to properly talk about morality and stuff and ethics, again, in a very objective way. Because like if we can't objectively like measure morality and ethics and stuff, if we can't measure it objectively and like put like some type of objective weight to morality and ethics and stuff, it kind of becomes all like meaningless and subjective. It just all becomes subjective and like opinions and stuff. Then that becomes kind of very like that. Then good and bad and all of this type of stuff, ethics, morality, all of that just becomes so meaningless. Because like if morality is subjective, not objective, then like we can all just make up our own rule books. And who's to say killing people is like bad and stuff like that? Because you can say that in your like personal like subjective opinion. You can say that, oh, I believe that killing people is good. And see how like it becomes very absurd. It's like a big fat problem. It's like, and this I do believe that a lot of like scientists and stuff like that, people like philosophers, they've been struggling with this to kind of objectively like weigh and measure morality to kind of like to prove morality in like a very objective way. It's this is like very difficult. It is indeed very difficult and stuff like that to prove morality in like an objective, concrete way. It's very difficult. It's never been done properly. It's never been done properly. So philosophers, they've been literally struggling with this. I believe so. Since like the end of World War II, I believe so. I don't know. Struggling to like figure out like how to like objectively like measure and weigh like morality and ethics and stuff. How to objectively, like for a long time. I don't believe it's just since, and maybe like even way before World War II and stuff like that. I'm being kind of a dumbass. Yeah, philosophers for like ages now have been struggling to like figure out like how to objectively measure and weigh morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. It is indeed very difficult to like objectively like measure and weigh like morality. To objectively measure and weigh morality and stuff. I don't know. To prove morality in a very objective, literal, concrete way, it's like literally it's impossible. Seems to be impossible and stuff. It seems to be impossible, I don't know, to measure like morality in a very objective, literal way. Philosophers, again, for ages, they've been trying to do this, and morality is so important to talk about this because like our entire civilization, society, it all kind of rests upon these types of like concepts, like notions and understandings of like our morality. Kind of just rest upon this. I don't know. It rests upon these types of things. Kind of does rest upon these types of concepts, like and understandings of like our morality and ethics and stuff. Morality it all rests upon these types of like concepts and understandings of like morality and ethics and good and bad and stuff. That's why it's so important to like to talk about morality and ethics and whatever, because everything about our society, civilization, it all rests upon like morality and good and bad and etc. and stuff. Morality, good and bad. That's why it's so important to talk about this and stuff. I don't know. That's why it's so important to talk about this type of topic. Sometimes the topics of like morality and ethics and stuff and whatever. it relates, like, because our society and civilization, it all rests on rests on top of like these sorts of understandings of morality and ethics and stuff. It all rests upon these types of understandings of morality and ethics and whatever. That's why it's so important to like talk about like morality and ethics and whatever. That's why it's so important to talk about these types of concepts and understandings of like morality and ethics. Because everything about our civilization, society, it all kind of rests upon like these types of like understandings and stuff and concepts of morality and ethics. Like without morality and ethics, there is no such thing as like civilization, society and stuff. I don't know. There is no such thing as like morality. Like without like, there is no such thing as civilization without morality and ethics. Is not interesting. Morality, like civilization, society, there's these things like they don't exist like without like morality and stuff. Morality, ethics, stuff like that is so important. So important. It's so important to talk about this because without morality and ethics, there is no such thing as civilization, society. That's why this topic is so important and stuff like that. That's why this topic is so important because like civilization, society, it rests upon morality and ethics and stuff like that. Civilization and society, it does these types of things. They rest, like our entire society and civilization, it rests upon like some type of like very like these types of like things like that are to do with like morality, ethics and stuff like that. That's why again it's so important to talk about like morality and ethics and whatever, because like, everything about our society and civilization, it all like kind of rests. It rests on like on this type of on our understandings of morality and ethics and good and bad and whatever. And stuff like that. That's why it's so important to talk about like morality and ethics and whatever. That's why it's so important to talk about like morality and ethics and stuff like that. Because everything about our society and civilization, it rests upon like these types of understandings of morality and ethics and stuff. Anyway, morality, I want to get back onto topic. Get back on topic. Because morality, like philosophers for ages, they've been trying to like attempt to like try and like measure, like prove that morality and stuff like that can be objectively measured and stuff like that. I don't know. They've been trying to like objectively weigh and measure morality for ages now. I don't know. It's very difficult to like prove that morality is like it can be proven objectively. It can be like objectively measured and weighed and whatever. Morality can be like objectively weighed and measured and whatever and stuff like that. I don't believe like it's been, because it's been like for ages. I don't know. It has never been proven like that morality and stuff like that, ethics and stuff, it can like be objectively measured and weighed and stuff like that. I don't believe so. I believe that, like, again, philosophers for ages now, they've been trying to objectively measure good and bad morality, ethics, and all that type of stuff. It's never been proven though. It's never been proven. It's never been proven. It's interesting though. Again, like the topic of morality and ethics is so important to talk about this topic because it relates like to so many like important things and stuff like that. Again, civilization, society, our civilization, our society would not exist, right? Because morality and ethics is why these types of things are so important, because our like civilization, society all rests upon like this type of like belief and assumption that morality is like real and stuff, and morality should be like taken, it should be respected and like and stuff and blah blah blah. I don't know. Morality is real and it should be like, it should be respected. Morality is real and it should be like respected and whatever. Our civilization, society, it kind of rests upon this type of belief that morality is real and stuff and whatever. That's why this topic is so important, morality, because without morality, like, if morality cannot be objectively measured and weighed, and we all start to realize that morality is like non-existent, it's not actually real, it's just fictional inside of our heads, then I believe that's going to cause a lot of problems in our society and civilization. Because again, our society, our civilization, it does rest upon like these types of like, it rests upon like this type of belief that morality Damn, the camera got too hot and it turned off. Anyway, hopefully I can finish this video off. Anyway, morality, it's so important to talk about morality and ethics and stuff, because our entire civilization and society all kind of rests upon these types of understandings and notions of good and bad and morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. That's why it's so important that we can like objectively like prove like morality and stuff, but we can't do that. That's why it's so important that we like kind of we try and like to like at least to prove like that morality and stuff like that. It's like real. At least we like the topic of morality is important because our entire civilization, society rests upon these types of understandings of morality and ethics and stuff. And our society kind of rests upon it. Morality, again, morality is like trying to like objectively weigh and measure morality. It's like literally, it's impossible. Philosophers have been trying to do that for ages now. So philosophers, they've been trying to like objectively measure like morality and all that type of stuff. But it's literally impossible. It's impossible. Philosophers for ages now have been trying to like measure morality and ethics and all that type of stuff. No. For ages now, philosophers, again, they've been trying to attempt to like objectively weigh and measure morality and stuff. It's never been done though, proven that morality can be objectively like proven to be real and stuff, and not just like inside of like our human minds, our imagination. I don't know. Morality, man, it's so like tricky. This topic is so important to talk about morality and ethics though, because again, our civilization, society, all of this rests upon morality and ethics. If we didn't have any type of like morality, no rule book, no laws, then civilization, society would simply cease to exist, and we would all like be like suffering from chaos, anarchy and stuff, anarchy and chaos and whatever. That would be like the norm and stuff, you know. That's why it's so important, morality. Like, without morality and ethics and laws, everything just kind of like turns chaotic. Everything just, our society and civilization just kind of starts to fall apart and crumble. We need like morality and ethics and all that type of stuff to function as human beings, to function in society, to maintain society and stuff, to help society function. It's so important that we figure out like some type of way to like prove morality. I don't know, but it's impossible to like objectively like measure and weigh morality and prove that it's real. I don't know, it's very tricky though. It's such an important topic though to talk about and to discuss. Morality because morality is so important. It's so important to talk about it. because again, without like morality, ethics, laws, like our society and civilization would start to fall apart. We would just all be like suffering from chaos and anarchy and stuff. I don't know if that's like preferable for you. I don't know. Morality is so important, such an important topic. Damn, it's so important to talk about like morality, because you know, without morality, ethics, laws, rule books and stuff, we would just be in like a complete like state of like chaos and anarchy and stuff. We'll be like in a complete state of anarchy, complete state of like chaos and anarchy and stuff. Morality is like so important to talk about it. It's because without morality and ethics, like we would just be all in like a complete state of like chaos and anarchy and whatever and stuff. Civilization would simply stop existing, and we would just like all be like, we would basically all just turn into animals and stuff, killing each other without any type of like precaution. You know, morality is so important. Without morality, like civilization would not exist. Like, you know, imagine human history like without like if our ancestors weren't like thinking of like ways to like create rules and laws and regulations to live by and stuff. It would be so like chaotic. Everything about our history, we wouldn't even like develop civilization. We would just be like cave people, like killing each other. It's insane to think about morality. That's why the topic of morality is like so important to talk about and discuss. Because without morality, human civilization would simply stop existing. Our civilization would stop existing and stuff and whatever. You know, our civilization would simply stop existing and stuff. It would be, everything would just turn chaotic and everything. We'll all just turn into chaos and anarchy. We'll just be killing each other like cavemen. Morality, again, for ages, philosophers have been trying to like objectively weigh and measure morality, but it's never been proven and done. Stuff is so important. Not to think about morality. Without morality, like our civilization would stop existing and stuff. We would simply just turn into cavemen, killing each other. It's kind of funny to be, I don't know, think about it. Without morality, like we would all just be cavemen killing each other. It's not kind of very funny. I don't know. That's why the topic of morality is so important, because without morality there is no civilization. Like we would just all be like, with no like morality, like it relates to like so many different types of things. I think like it's one of the things that defines us as an animal species, the fact that us human beings, we invented morality for ourselves. We invented it. It's not really objective, but we invented it for ourselves, and now we live by these rules and laws and regulations. Without these types of like concepts of morality and ethics and good and bad, we would like not develop civilization. I guarantee it. We would just be like in such a primitive state, killing each other senselessly. That's so important to understand that morality is like one of the things that like helps us human beings like advance as a species. It's like, can morality objectively be weighed and measured? I don't know. That's like so like subjective, like, and it's hard to like, because philosophers for ages now, they've been trying to like see if like morality can be like objectively weighed and measured. Morality can be objectively weighed and measured and stuff. Philosophers for ages now have been trying to do that and stuff. For ages now, they've been trying to like figure out if morality can be like objectively weighed and measured and stuff and whatever. But it's never been like proven and stuff. I don't know. Such an important topic to like to think about and to like discuss though. I don't know, because again, without morality and ethics and stuff, no laws, no regulations, all like human civilization would not exist. We would be in like such a primitive state. It would be like such a primitive state, I'm telling you. We would just be senselessly killing each other if our ancestors didn't invent like these types of things like morality and ethics and good and bad and stuff. Although again, for ages, philosophers have been trying to like objectively measure and weigh morality. It's just never been proven, and they've never been successful at like proving that like morality is like actually objective and real. I don't know. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very difficult though. For ages now, for philosophers, they've been trying to like objectively like measure morality and stuff. I don't know. Again, morality is so important to talk about morality, because us human beings, we would just be senselessly killing each other if our ancestors didn't invent like these types of understandings and concepts of like morality and ethics and etc. And I can keep going on and on. Morality is so important to talk about this. It's so important to talk about it. Without morality, like, we would not invent civilization. We would still be like in such a primitive state as human beings. We would not be like so advanced as we are right now. The fact that our ancestors, we invented like morality and ethics and good and bad, that's like one of the reasons. That's like one of the reasons, like why us human beings as an animal species, why we became so advanced and developed and stuff. The fact that our ancestors, we managed to like invent morality and ethics. So incredible. The topic of this video is morality. Can morality be objectively proven? I don't believe so. I believe it's very difficult to do that. I believe philosophers have been trying for ages now, but they've never been successful at proving that morality can be objectively measured and weighed and stuff. Again, it's so important to talk about, because like without morality, humans, we would not have invented like civilization and whatever. We would still be in such a primitive like state. Would have not like advanced to the point where we are now. We would not have advanced to the point where we are now and stuff like that. So this is why it's so important to talk about like morality and stuff. Without morality, we would like be in such a primitive state. We would still be senselessly killing each other. It cannot be understated how important morality is and stuff. Morality is like so important. It's such an important topic to talk about, and I don't want to make this video too long, and that's about it. Think about it. Without morality, we would have no civilization. We would still be senselessly killing each other.